Hey guys, I want to show you another nullsec bit I've been using a lot. This time it's for Republic Fleet Firetail. It's a really interesting ship. It's extremely fast and hard to catch, but its DPS isn't that great, so I'm not quite sure how much I like it, but I have been having some good success with it. It's a really slippery ship. It's extremely fast. I've got a dual prop setup for nullsec, so I've got the Afterburner on here as well as the Microwarpdrive. It goes 3.6k cold, so that's pretty quick. You're not going to be able to catch interceptors too easily with it, but you'll be able to avoid everything else. You're going to go 1.3 cold with the AB, and if you heat this, you're getting 1.68, so almost 1.7, which is extremely fast, and you're going to be able to web and scram anything that's going to be able to threaten you and just sort of burn out of any fight that you don't want to take. I find it's extremely difficult to master this ship partly because it's so fast, but that's also mixed with my 280mm Howitzers I got here, so the tracking's quite terrible on it. Although we do get a nice tracking bonus on here, we get 10% tracking speed per level, so that's a 50% bonus. So it's got really good tracking for artillery, but artillery is still artillery. I just want to bring up the damage graph for this ship. So this is with EM loaded. We're going to be trying to fight things at about 10 kilometers because our scram heated is going to reach out to 10 kilometers there, and our enduring web is going to reach 10 cold as well. So with our damage here, we're almost hitting our full damage at 10k, but we actually have pretty decent damage and fall off because we're using artillery. So although I've got a scram here, you actually kind of want to fight things for a little bit at around, like 15k, a bit further out, sort of dip in to start shaving the hit points down early and then swoop in later for the kill. The other thing I didn't expect to be good about this was because it's got such high alpha, it can smack through people's reps really nicely, so you're going to have a lot of small ancillary reps, just smash through those people. People also panic and they go, they see themselves dipping really quickly and they freak out. So they kind of just turn around and try and run away from you, which makes them easy kills. And sometimes you might be fighting somebody on the edge here, they'll realize they're dying, they'll turn around to run, which gives you really good transversal to hit them. But even though you lose your scram and maybe they start MWDing, you can get some of the final hits off and finish them off in sort of fall off range here. In a gang, I reckon these ships could be really nice. That high alpha is going to scale really well up to maybe 6 pilots or something. You could even start one-shotting frigates. Not many people buffer tank their frigates. They're all sort of ancillary armor rep or shield boost fit usually. If I was going to fly this in a gang, I would probably get rid of the scram and have everyone running points so you can fight things outside of scram range so you don't have to get in there yourself. And if something comes in with an MWD, it doesn't matter that you can't scram it because you're going to have a web fit. So, if you've got like 4 webs on someone, it doesn't really matter if they're scrammed or not. So you'll still be able to apply really well. And I think that is possibly where this ship would really shine. I just haven't tested it out yet. So we'll just go through the fitting here really fast. Obviously we've got the RDs here, MWD, web, scram, afterburner. So that's just all for range control, selecting which fights we want to take. Damage control, just a bit of extra buffer there. Gyro, some more damage, and the ancillary rep for tagging, pretty standard. I've got the Polycarbon on here, just because speed is what makes a ship good, so more speed the better. And I've got the collision accelerator on here. It's only a Tech 1 because of the calibration that you need. I also just like having the increased damage instead of a rate of fire. Although it gives you less overall DPS, it increases your alpha substantially, which is more important for a ship like this. And then we've just got the small ancillary current router there for fitting. Because this is mainly Tech 1 stuff, it's only a 24 mil ship, so it's no big deal if you die. For ammunition, I've got my standard ammo loadout, just a 3 damage types, EMP, fusion, phase, plasma. I do take some tracking ammo just in case. I haven't found many situations where I need to use this, but in some gang fights it might be useful for you know, defanging drones or the like, and obviously Nanite Repair Paste for loading in our repper and repairing our modules. These modules, except for the Scram, are all Tech 1, so they don't take long to repair with Nanite Repair Paste, and you should totally just spam them all the time. Alright, so I'll show you guys a couple of fights I had with this in a small gang context. It's really slippery, and you'll see me take a couple of people off guard with it. So this first clip here, I'm just kind of running a Firetail with one friend. We've been chasing some horde guys around 7RM for a while. My friend finally gets caught on a gate. He sort of panics and starts burning out, and I come in to see what we can do. So there's just a Condor and a Merlin here. This is a good fight for me to take. Go on the Condor first because he's the one holding my friend down. He's pretty far away. I used the AB first, which was a mistake. I should have started with the NWD, but I quickly switch onto it and catch up. Merlin's coming in too, but that's fine. I get the weapon Scram onto the Condor here, and he starts to go down pretty fast. I'm mainly concerned about the Merlin's DPS. Condor's not going to do much to me, but the Merlin's blasters, if he gets on me, it's really going to hurt. So the Condor goes down pretty quick. Then I Scram web the Merlin. This is a fight I can easily win. I'll be able to Scram cut him pretty easily. The Federation Comet also shows up, and I'm still thinking maybe I can kill this Merlin. It'll be okay. I can, you know, create some range with my AB still. But I started lining out, and then a Celestis pops in, and I'm thinking, you know, this Celestis is going to be able to Scram me indefinitely, and I'm going to eventually die here. So I just decided to take the opportunity to use my AB, overheat it, get out of that range, and just leave. In this second clip, I'm still in the Firetail. I've got two friends with me in their frigates. We've been burning away from a horde gang, trying to separate them out, mainly to get away from a jackdaw. Finally, a Condor decides to get bold, and he comes in here. I start hitting him with my arties from a decent range here, and then his friends are going to start warping in. He's got a web Scram on me. That's fine. I've got my AB, so I'm going to start applying my damage to him. You can see I miss a couple of shots as he wraps around me here, but then once he gets slowed down, I just start chunking him massively. I know he's going to go down, so I lock up this H-on next, start going on him. I continue burning away here because I'm sort of scared of a horde gang. Maybe I could have come in, could have got an extra kill, it's hard to say. One of my friends has got a point on the H-on here, so I can keep smashing him from in my fall-off, keeping myself very safe. And you can see, even as he's repping at a big range here, I can still hit quite well. The rest of the gang's coming in here. We were thinking about maybe trying to keep going on them, but with too many people, we decide to warp off. In this next clip, a fleet mate of mine tackles a Gnosis on the other side of a gate. We've got 2 people in Phantasms and 2 people in frigates, including myself. So I've got to jump through. Clocksmith calls for backup.
He is aggressive.
Right, nice. Right, okay.
Do we have a secondary? I need to get off.
He calls for that secondary, so we know that we can get in. We're gonna get in there quickly. The Sweeple lands, so I call him primary. Sweeple's primary, guys. Sweeple's primary. I want to go in and kill the Sweeple quickly because I know he can kill our frigates, which will be able to free the Gnosis up. Unfortunately, more of a gang starts to land and we get in trouble here.
Sweeple has jams?
Alright, kill him.
Oh shit. Fuck. Oh shit.
They managed to catch one of our Phantasms as we're killing the Sweeple, and he has jams as well, and I think he jams one of the DPS ships out, which is meaning he's not really going down very quickly at all, which is not good for us. Burn off. Let's align to something and burn off. So after I call that align and burn off, we start moving out. And my job isn't to kill the Sweeple anymore, it's to try and haze off tackle for the rest of my fleet. So you can see we're leaving here, we're starting to get out of range of points and whatever. I see a Malediction. So I know he's a good target for me, I can burn him down quickly and try and save more of my fleet mates. I get Web and Scram on him and go after him. I don't want to go back into the fleet here. There's too many of them and I could get destroyed really quickly. So I sort of just buzz around the edge.
We could probably pop that carries.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back in for that carry.
My friend Glocksmith calls out the carries, we might be able to kill him. Usually they're pretty weak, but this one's a really tanky shield carries, which is quite strange. He's just there for points and that's it. So we go on him, not realizing how tanky he is. I start aligning back out again as the gang comes on me. I need to be able to get out of here fast. I've used my dual prop, obviously, Scram, but not web, so I can actually control range quite nicely here. Just aligning away, overheating. I managed to pull range on the larger targets in the gang, so I'm not really taking DPS anymore. But I do get out of range of the carries. This malediction's on me, so I go for the malediction to try and push him away. Now that I push him away, I can get my MWD back on and start pulling range even further, just in the nick of time. He does a really good job and holds his disruptor on me. He is slightly faster, so I can't actually manage to get away from the gang, but we pull so much range that I can actually go back in on him after I reload here. I'm gonna turn him for him. Just kill him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go in, go in,
fuck
go
it.
in.
I'm showing up. I'm coming to you. Fuck it.
So my reload's finishing up, and I realize just how far away he is. And my friend Glocksmith is on top of him as well, so it shouldn't be too hard to actually get this guy. I go back in, use my AB because I wanted to make sure I didn't slingshot past him, but he turns around in time. I should have used my MWD, but I still managed to just catch him on the edge there, and his weapon scrams, so he goes down pretty easy. An exec comes in here, but he's too tanky for us to kill quickly before the rest of his gang show up, so I call a warp out.
X curve.
Warp out, warp out, warp out.